Today I'm going to be sharing how I personally cleanse, tips and tricks that I've learned, what works for me, I guess.
Smudging is essentially burning sacred herbs to clear out older negative energies within a place, object, or person. This practice dates back thousands of years, and its results remain tried and true by many. For all the skeptics out there, burning sage specifically kills bacteria in the air and has other health benefits too.
There are many reasons why you may want to cleanse your space in your home. It doesn't always have to be that you're being haunted. If an unwanted spirit or energy is around your home, obviously there's that. If you do any type of spell work or spirit communication like me, you want to cleanse regularly because energy builds up over time. But a lot of people don't associate cleansing with like fighting and depression. Like that's all energy collecting in your space.
Okay, I know I just brought up serious issues. Everyone calm down. The mama bear in me needs to say, please do not replace real help or taking action to resolve real issues with any metaphysical or spiritual practices. I encourage everyone pursuing their own path to use it as a tool to empower you as you do whatever you gotta do in your life. What I'm talking about is the energy imprints those types of things leave. Maybe you've felt that heavy or unsettling feeling in a home that had toxic things happening behind closed doors.
Another way I can explain this concept is war, murders.
I believe that there's a reason why the most commonly known haunted places have some tragedy behind them. If you believe that we are energy inside a temporary human body, the idea that our acts energetically have some effect on this planet really isn't too far-fetched.
Negative emotions, toxic situations can also infest your space.
I personally felt that heavy feeling accumulate in our home over time. One night, I felt so done, like I was literally being drained. So I silently reached out, asking for someone in my team of guidance to speak to me in my dream that night. To my surprise, that night, I had a very intense and vivid dream experience, giving me the advice I asked for but wasn't expecting. I found it interesting and just wanted to add it in the video.
Basically, in this dream, we were in the house, and I'm gonna say spirit took my attention to the corner of the closet. Basically, that's where I kept the spirit boards that we have. One's a spirit board that Jay had before we met, and we had good and bad experiences with that. And the other was a wolf spirit board that's super beautiful, and we've only had one amazing, beautiful experience with it. But the one that Jay had, it was specifically around that one. In dreams, I feel messages and I get a lot of imagery.
Literally describes how most people dream.
I could also see and feel a negative energy tied to that somehow. And like I said, we did reach negative energies with that before. In the dream, there were a bunch of little Palo Santo stubs. I was burning all of them and trying to cleanse the home. I was coming up against this dark, shadowy force, and it wasn't enough to banish whatever energy it was.
Basically, I was being guided to use sage, not Palo Santo, and to also use God in my prayer, which was interesting to me. I don't really want to get into religion, but I wasn't raised religious. I'm not religious now. I'm just a clusterfuck of deep thoughts, honestly. I believe in a source of energy, which is what some people call God, onto the dream where I started using sage.
So I did that, it worked, and it was honestly intimidating as fuck. When you come across energies in the dream realm, you're kind of more in their territory. I feel, this is what I believe again. I never even considered or thought once about those boards. It never bothered me. Obviously, I was keeping them right where I sleep, which I probably, I moved them. They're no longer there. But I woke up. It was just one of those things where I knew it was a message, and as you practice, you can tell the difference between a random dream, a reflection of your mind, and a message or an experience with another spirit or energy. I also have learned to pay attention to my first thoughts when I wake up out of those dreams, and my mind was just saying, burn a red candle. I typically use white for purification and black for banishing negativity. So I just thought that was interesting, believe what you believe. But my first tip, technically, I guess, given my situation, is really that If you're interested in this stuff, but Ouija boards, spirit boxes, those types of things freak you out, follow your gut and practice just using your mind naturally. Maybe try reaching out to your personal spiritual team first too. You guys will have to let me know if you want to know more about your spiritual team. They're here to help us through our intuition. They're more likely to communicate in ways that doesn't frighten us, like with numbers, dreams. But if you like using those tools, cleanse regularly. First thing you want to do is clear your mind. Whatever your situation, you do not want to go into cleansing feeling the weight of whatever's going on or feeling scared of whatever's around you. Whatever helps you unwind and get in a good mood, do that. Second, you want to build your confidence up. Kind of like how you would prepare for going into a job interview. You're kind of going in with the mindset, you're in it to win it, you're gonna get it. You're not going in with all these doubts and, is it gonna work, you know? Going like you're gonna get that shit, you're doing that shit. If you're wondering why I have this thing on my forehead, it's basically to symbolize protection against your third eye. You're protecting yourself from psychic attacks. My older stepsister, for example, she likes to tie a red bandana around her forehead. I personally cleansed in my cloak. I specifically wear it for my spells and my readings, you know. I don't always wear it, but it definitely is a special thing that helps empower me. If you have like a rosary or a piece of jewelry, whatever, just something to try out. Music for me is a must-have with anything. I actually made a playlist specifically for cleansing so I could focus more and I don't have to do all the searching and skipping. You could find meditation music, nature sounds. Try to avoid like sad boy. Oh god. How do I say this? Good vibration music. You want just something that makes you just feel like a boss and makes you feel love and happiness. If you're in a situation where you can't really smoke up the place, sound is a great way to cleanse too. Singing bowls, bells. A very important step with cleansing is to open the windows or have some type of ventilation. This allows the old energy to go out with the smoke. Really visualize that and demand it as you're saging too.
There are so many options when it comes to herbs and woods. They all have different metaphysical properties. At this point in time, I honestly just recommend using white sage because it does kill bacteria in the air.
If you don't have sage, incense is really cheap. I was just following what I was guided to use. So the reason I brought up the candle thing is because candles have worked very well for me. How I've learned to do it is to light a candle with intentions, let it burn all the way, and once it goes out, that's kind of like locking it into the universe, you know what I mean? Like it's cooking and then once it's out, that's how I visualize it. Another trick that I do is to actually light the sage with the flame from the candle. That flame with the intentions you're setting is also burning into the herb and it's all connected and flowing. The main places you need to focus on are all the doors, all the windows, the corners of the house, and the more closed spaces like the vents, the closets, basically anywhere that energy would like go to hide in. I don't want to say hide, but you know what I mean. These are the points where a lot of energy builds up. You don't really have to say anything out loud. You can, or you can just say it in your head.
You can find a prayer that you really love. You can write one yourself.
You can just freestyle it like I do, like going along with the music in the background.
If you're trying to get rid of a spirit or something, send that spirit back to the place from which it came or send it to the light.
Also, call upon your spiritual team to assist you. I like to kind of get like a pattern going with the way I gesture the smoke.
I will draw symbols in the air that corresponds with whatever I'm doing. If you just want to dance around and move it randomly, whatever.
I feel like it empowers me and it really like creates more of a ritualistic manner, but it's your preference, whatever you want.
Visualization and channeling the elements is so effective. Let's say you're a water sign or you really resonate with water. As you're smudging, visualize pure water washing out your entire house, leaving you with a clean slate.
And I'm in Aries, work with dragons, all that stuff, so sometimes I'll visualize fire with the smoke clearing the path completely for me. I did it in the daytime so I could visualize the light filling the space, but there's no reason to fear the nighttime. Like, use that moon energy to cleanse. Trust your intuition in the signs that you see around you.
By the time I had everything ready to go, it was literally 4:44 on the clock. I don't want to sound like that crazy spiritual person that's obsessed with numbers, but bro, the universe reduces down to numbers. Fractals, get with it. Anyways.
As I was wrapping up cleansing, I thought I was done. Onyx jumped onto my dresser, just staring at the corner of the closet where the Ouija boards were. I recorded a second of it because it blew my mind that the dream and then the next day the cat.
Watch him literally try to tell me something. Oh my god, the paw. So I listened to him, I got out the big guns, and I smudged that section until it felt clear to me and he got bored of it. He's such a demon, but I love him so much. Always thank your familiars too.
Coincidentally, right after that, he ignored the space. So like I said, you want to let your candle burn out completely. Just relax after with it. Soak in all the good energy. I know that after I cleansed this place, it felt good. It smelled better.